Hello, dear students from all over Egypt. Welcome to today's session. With you today, Ms. Wafa Hassoub, and inshallah, we will continue Programming and Artificial Intelligence, Chapter 4. So be with me and let's go to Career Platform. Well, you know that we ended the introduction and chapter 2, calculation and strings. And of course, we spoke about variables, how to create a variable and let it go to the console. And today, inshallah, we will have a comprehensive check on all the three chapters together. So be with me, and we will take a review from 1 to 3 about it. Well, key point of the lesson is gonna be review of the previous lessons. So here is we have Cody says, you both have done a great job so far. The next lesson will be a comprehensive check to see if you have understood what you have learned so far. Well, we have here Ricky. Well, Ricky, I'm a little worried about remembering what I learned in the beginning. Well, before proceeding to the comprehensive check, let's do a comprehensive review of what you have learned so far. So let's start with the comments and text output, which allows you to leave notes in the program. If you don't understand, take a look at the hints. So every time we have to output something from the editor to the console, he will bring you a hint here to tell you what to do. Okay, so for example, like this, if you clicked here, it will open with you a hint. It may be 1 or 2 or 3, whatever, and the hint tells you what exactly should you do. So for hint number 1 here tells you to make a sentence a comment, put a 2 double or double slashes at the beginning of the line. If you open hint number 2, to output to the console, write console.log and open the two parentheses, okay? And hint number 3, double quotation marks are required inside the parentheses character to output characters to the console. So, in order to output the word good evening, we have to write console.log first. And after that, open two brackets or two parentheses, write the double quotation marks, and write the word good morning and end it with a semicolon. So here's create your program as follows. Write the program on the line below as a comment. Output good evening to the console. So he wants the word or the sentence. Write the program on the line below to be moved or to be turned into a comment. Do you remember how we did it before? It's by adding two slashes at the beginning. So you will notice that's gonna be fainted, okay? The color of it is fainted. That means it turned into a comment. And after that, he tells you output the word good evening to the console. So first you need to copy the sentence, okay? And then go to the first line and click enter to create the second line. After that, write console.log and if it turned into blue, then you are on the right track. After that, open the two parentheses, enter the double quotation marks, and click Ctrl and V or paste. After that, end the line with a semicolon. Let's click Run Code and see the answer. Where is it correct or not? So the editor here, we wrote our program when we click Run Code, Good Evening, output to the console. And here's Ricky says, if you want characters to be output to the console, use console.log and open the two parentheses, put double quotation mark and the character in between, and end it with a semicolon. I've written this so many times, I'm finally remembering it. There is much more to write after this, so if you have forgotten, make sure you remember it. And Cody continues, you could have used console.log to output calculation results. So do you remember how you could have made a string and a calculation formula into a one-line program? So do you remember, dear students? Well, we want to output bread and coffee for 35 or 350 Cody coins. Well, how try them? Output bread and coffee for 350 Cody coins to the console. Note that the 350 should be calculated by the computer as 200 plus 150 and the price of bread and coffee. So it's divided into 3 parts, as you can see here. Okay? The first part is bread and coffee 4. The second part here is the calculation itself. And the third part is the word Cody coins. So to do this, we need to write first console.log. After that, we open the double parentheses and put the double quotation mark first for the first characters, which is bread and coffee 4. So we put them between two double quotation marks. After that, we need to put plus. Did you remember that? So to put them or to join them together in one line, we need to add plus. And after that, we need to put the calculation 200 plus 150 in between the two brackets or the parentheses. So it's 200 plus 150. And we need to end the parentheses, okay? After that, we have to bring a plus. And why so? Because we have the third part here. So in order to join the 3 parts, we need to add a plus in between. And as you can see, the character here is between double quotation marks. So let's run the code and see what will happen. So run code. And here is, it tells you bread and coffee for 350 Cody coin. So characters and calculation formulas were connected by plus, and calculation formulas were enclosed in brackets, right? Perfect. By the way, when writing formulas in programming, multiplication and division use different symbols. Do you remember it? For multiplication, we use asterisk, and for division, we use slash, which we call them operators than usual. So, operators used in a program. For addition, okay, we add plus. For subtraction, we add the word of or the sign of subtraction, okay? And for multiplication, we add asterisk. And for division, we add a slash. So these are the 4, okay, basic calculation. And we call this signs or these signs as operators, okay? Note that the sample used in programs and calculations are different. Okay, so here we have Ricky says you can use asterisk for a multiplication sign and a slash for the division sign. I hope this helps you with your calculation. Other than that, we also learned about variables. So let's see if we can remember what we did. Okay, so we used a variable to represent the number of fish. I could let me try to remember and write it down on one more time. So as a summary for variables, to declare a variable, we have to write the word let. And we write variable name and end the line with a semicolon. For example, variable name is value, so we write let value. Okay, so let's try to remember what we did in the variable lessons. After we declare the variable name, we write console.log, okay, and the variable name in between the two parentheses without a double quotation mark. Why? Because we want the value to be declared here. That's why we write the variable name. Okay, if we wrote it with double quotation marks, he will output the word itself. He will output the name value. But we don't want it. We want the values in it. Okay. So let's try, okay, to output 10. First, declare the variable num. So to declare a variable, we have to write let. Okay. Assign to num. So to assign to num, we need to write num equals 2. And we need to end the line. Assign the value of num plus 8. So the third here is going to be num equals num again plus 8. And the final thing here tells you to output the value of num to the console. So we will write here console.log and we will open the parentheses and write the word num and end it with the semicolon, of course. So if you're not sure or if you want to revise anything, you have the hints here to tell you what to do. So hint number 1 here tells to declare a variable, write let and write the variable. And hint number 2 tells you to assign a value to a variable, write the variable itself, okay, plus and the value of it. So as we already have written here, it's num, okay, and it equals 2. And hint number 3, to output the value of a variable, write console.log and the variable itself or the variable name, not the value itself. Okay, so we wrote here num as we told you before. Then, why we wrote here num? because we want him to bring me the value that already been saved here. So it's 2. So I'm telling him to please bring me the pre-saved value plus 8. Plus 8. Okay. So let's check it to the console and click Run Code. And voila, it's 10 now. So this is the way that we need to write, how to write a variable or how to declare it and how to make the output to the console. It was a bit long, but I was able to type it in. I feel like I was able to remember a lot of things. Well, Cody says, you've done well. Now it's time for the comprehensive check. If you can answer at least 7 out of 8 questions correctly, you can move on to the next lesson. And here's Ricky says, more than 7 questions, I'm getting nervous. I read this lesson one last time before to try, so I try again. Okay, so let's recap together. If you are unsure, review the previous lesson, but we are sure, inshallah, so we will go to the medium test. Okay, in order to get the word perfect or the degree of perfect, we need to earn all these diamonds. So be with me and let's start together. Okay, starting with question number 1. Select the correct program to output hello to the console. So to output hello to the console, we need to start with console.log. So this is not correct. It's starting with console. Okay, so console.log and hello without parentheses. No, this is not correct. Console.log and we have the 2 brackets or 2 parentheses and the double quotations, okay, and the character in between. So this looks correct. Well, check number 4. It's console log without dot in between, and this is not correct. So we will click next. Okay, output the word hello to the console. So as I told you before, first click hello. Then go to the editor and write console.log, and open double parenthesis, open a quotation or write a double quotation mark, click Ctrl and V and end it with a semicolon. Let's run the code together. Great. And here is the word hello printed or output to the console. Click next. Question 3. Create your program as follows. Change leave this text to a comment. Execute the program and it will output make the first line a comment. Okay. So first we want to make this line add a comment by adding 2 slash at the beginning. And second, we need to execute this program. Let's check it, console.log, and make the first line a comment. Okay, so we need to run the code. There is nothing to do after that. So run code, and it's make the first line a comment. Click next. And now select the correct program that will let the computer calculate 5 plus 7 and output the calculation results to the console. So we want the calculation, okay, to be output. How? Well, let's check it together. Console.log, okay, and it's 5 with a quotation mark. No, this is not correct. We don't add quotation marks to calculations. Well, console.log, it's 5 plus 7. It looks correct till now. Let's check the others one. Well, console.log, and we have here, it's 5 between double quotation marks. No, this is not correct. And we have here console.log, double quotation between 5 and plus 7. And this is not correct. To calculate numbers, we don't add a double quotation mark at all. So click next. And now we have here, select the correct sample for multiplication used in a program. So this is used for subtraction. And we use this, the slash, for division. And here for addition. So the correct one for multiplication is the asterisk. We click next. And we have question 6. It says, let the computer calculate, 3 multiplied by 5 and output the answer is 15 to the console. So it's already written here, but let's check it together. Well, console.log, the answer is 3. So the answer is 3, started with a double quotation or a quotation, and it should be ended with 1. So let's end it with me. Great. Well, as you can see, this line has 3 parts, It has 3 parts. How? Because first we have this answer this is the first part, Wait. Okay. So this is the first part. The answer is, this is the first part. It should be put between double quotation marks. So I need to end it with a double quotation mark. To join it with the second part, we need to add plus. Well, we have here calculation. We need to calculate 3 multiplied by 5. So we have to put exactly a parenthesis. Okay, we will delete 1 and voila. And we will add the second one. Exactly. And the third part we have here is the dot. Yes, the dot here is a third part. It's not among the calculations. So we have to put it between double quotation marks. Okay, so we will end 1. And here it is. But we forgot something. I told you that to join the 3 parts together, we have to add a plus. So here we added 1, and to join these 2 parts, we need to add plus here. Exactly. Okay, so let's check it with me, please. And we click Run Code. And the answer is 15. We need to add a space between them. Let me see it. Yes. So we need to add a space here, a little bit. Okay. And let's click Run Code. And voila, here is it, exactly like he wanted. The answer is 15. Let's click Next. And the 7th question says, select the correct declaration for the variable number. So to declare a variable, we have to bring let, a number, and a semicolon, of course. So it looks correct. A number without let, not correct. Number let, no, it's not correct. Let equal number, and this is not correct too. So it's let number directly. And click next. And to the 8th question, the final one. Okay, so he's asking you to create your program as follows. Declare the variable num. Assign 5 to num and output the value of num to the console. So we will take them line by line. So First, declare the variable num. So we need to write let k num and end the line with a semicolon. Line number 2. Assign 5 to num. So we will write num equals 5 and end the line with a semicolon. Okay. Output the value of num to the console. So we will write console.log, okay, and open the parentheses and write num without any quotation marks. So let's run the code and see what will happen together. And here is we have 5. So let's go to the results and see. Perfect. Well, hope you inshallah got all the information we explained to you. All best wishes. Thank you and goodbye.